this is Chicken Ticker, and we're in a video about the Type-64. Now, what you need to know is that this tank is an absolutely brilliant scout, and looking at his ammo setup, I really don't like the two HE rounds because HE does basically no damage at all, and having two of them means you reduce the number of other ammo you can carry. And when you have like a HE round, that's just this gun, 76mm gun, especially when you face tier 9s, the HE round is not gonna work, but then he's gonna show us how to scout like a boss. So, Type 64, is it a good tank? Is it worth to buy it? Is it worth the gold? The answer is definitely yes if you enjoy scouting. One reason is because it is such a good money maker, and look at the speed, it's not bad. And also Type 64 is kind of unique. Now let's talk about the stats of the tank before he does too much. But yeah, we keep an eye on what's happening around. He's firing gold from the start, but he only has 6 rounds of them, and now only 5 rounds left. Now this tank does need quite a lot of gold rounds because you can't penetrate much tanks if you don't use gold. So carrying 10 rounds of gold is, for me, is essential if I want to win some type of games. Now, Type 64 is basically a Chinese light tank with American setup. Now, you'll be wondering, how can the communist China have American tanks? Well, the answer is during the Civil War there was the communists and then the nationalists. The nationalists escaped to Taiwan. You know, the province in China that's called Taiwan. Well, some people say it's a country, but to be honest, it's not a country. It's just like a civil war, and really the government's different, but it's the same people, same culture, so it's the same country, except two different set of controls really. And yeah, they were on the American side, and so they designed this tank with a anti-aircraft duckster. How do you call it? Duckster? Not duckster. Well, anyway, duster or something. The whole of this tank, and it had a Hellcat turret. So this is actually not American design, but it is using all the American components, and they fitted it together into one tank. You can see just how useless the AP rounds of this tank is. It's bouncing as like hell, and it's not that accurate either. That's why I really recommend you to fire APCR if you want to win. But when you see like a front of a T-32, it's kind of hopeless. You really can't do much to him. Really, the AP round just doesn't have enough punch. Now the gun is very familiar. 76mm gun, M1A2. You get it in a lot of American tanks, like the I think you get it on the TDs, some of them, and you get it definitely on the T-21 light tank of the Americans. Now you can see it's so he just cannot pin that guy. But then this tank is not really for damage. If you want damage, you don't drive this tank. This is a good scout, and you can use the gun to work, and the gun with APCR does well enough to carry games if you need to do a bit of extra damage. The damage is 115 per shot. You can see he's bouncing on the ISU, which is literally pretty badly armored, and he's bouncing on it. So you see, it's not very good shooting AP rounds. Penetration on the AP is 128, and if you use the gold, you get 177, and 38 penetration was the HE. So HE would only work against really weakly targets, the German TDs, and you really have to hope that you hit directly on their weakest armor to pen. That's why I don't recommend using HE, because of the rate of fire of this tank, you really shouldn't carry HE, because what if you run out of ammo and you got only HE left? HE might not even decap, is that bad? I mean, he would pen that guy there on the side, but he doesn't want to get spotted yet. And the turret of this thing, it has 25.4mm on the front, 12.7 on the back, and 12.7 on the sides as well. Rotation speed 36 degrees per second. It's way faster than the Hellcats, but it is still kind of bad compared to its traverse speed, because when you travel at really fast speed and you turn, the turn doesn't follow the hole as much as you would like it to have. And there goes another bounce on the side of a T-32, and he gets a kill there. And oh, ISU, he should shoot at the tracks at this moment, but you know, he's not gonna get spotted. This is the camel rating of this tank. It is phenomenal. Now the radio has 700 meters, is adequate, but it's certainly not the best. But you know, it works. So we can see that the reload time is 3.3 standard, and this guy, Destroyer Beanie, has turned it to 3.16. Now look at it. Just look at the speed you can pick up. It's like a T-52, but premium, and you earn a lot of money with this. 390 V range is adequate for a scout of tier 6, and you have a whole armor of 25 in the front, 12 in the side, and 19 in the back. So you get more armor on the arms side. It's just bad. The armor is bad. You get one-shotted by artillery if you get directly hit, or you get splashed at. You are looking at certain death maybe. But you can see this thing does have the rate of fire to just kill the enemy artillery pretty easily, and he's gonna run out of ammo. Oh, one HE. You see that HE there? It did penetrate, so that was good. Now the only way to kill the Hummel is to ram it, or not. We can see that he's kind of struggling. He doesn't know what. Okay, he waits for the E2 to finish him off, and he's on 4 kills. And known he's done 2,000, but I'm sure he's done 2,500 around that area. Now he's out of ammo, and that's why I recommend him to fire more APCR, because with more APCR you're likely to do much more damage, but then at the cost of paying the bills in the end. But then if it works, and you can win, and not every game you get the chance to do this type of thing anyway. So I kind of recommend you to get the APCR rounds in this tank, and he rams the hell of that Hummel, making the Hummel look like a retard. And 5 kills is all he's gonna get, really, because actually he could kill a Cheery. Actually, that's possible. Let's see if he does this. It will be hilarious if he does. And by the way, the light tank of this got buffed, because all the light tanks in the game reduced the battle tier, and now this tank doesn't see tier 10s, and you're less likely to get one-shotted by a large amount of tanks. So it's a good news. And ramming speed, come on, bam, suicide mode, and he kills him. But this is so worth it. Like, this game is so fun to watch, and he's done enough to carry this game. 6 kills, Top Gun in a light tank, and also he killed a Cheery, Japanese Cheery. What a game. And let's just have a look at the after game stats after I talk about the speed limits. 72 kilometers per hour forward, so same as the T50-2. 23 kilometers per hour backward. It has a weight of 23, and max weight limit is 25 tons. Horsepower per ton is 21, and the horsepower of the tank is 500. And you have terrain resistance of 0.7, 0.8, 1.7. Now the lowest number is of course the hard terrain, and the highest for that 1.7 is the soft terrain resistance. The max climbing angle is 25 degrees. They're all useful information for you to know. I really recommend you to get this tank. Let's have a look at the after game stats. So after game stats, 85,000 credits earned, 3,101 XP with premium Pascusi's medal, Top Gun, and Kamikaze. He did so much damage to the enemy team, and just check out this. 1,500, definitely mastery badge. Yes, definitely mastery badge. Almost top damage in the team in a light tank without spamming APCR. But if he did spam APCR, I'm pretty sure he would have done more damage than the Pack 88. And also, the ISU on the enemy team only did 1,300. So Type 64 is a brilliant light tank if you want to start training your Chinese light tank crew. Chinese light tanks are very good. They have they're basically Type 59, but like cut down version of it. You can get some ridiculous bounces, but it's not like the best armor in the world. And they're really fun to play, especially the WZ-131, which I really do like. And you can check out that on my channel, of course. And I have a review for both 131 and 132. And I have to say, yeah, this Type 64 is a brilliant tank to train your crew for those tanks. And also, it's a good money maker, as you can see, 62,000 credits. Now, on average, every game you make about 20k credits profit, at least, at the minimum. Okay, you're looking about 40k profit, maybe with premium account, on average, and it's really good. This tank, if you don't fire and you just spot for your team, you get all the XP and credits incoming. It's very fun tank to play. It's very rewarding. Would I recommend it? As I said in the beginning, it is totally recommended if you are good at scouting. If you are new to the game, do not get it, because it's not something for you to drive into the enemy base in the beginning of the game and suicide. Now, the accuracy is not that good because it's it just doesn't somehow always hit the middle of the reticle and always go to the side, or the shell doesn't feel it has the velocity and power to reach the enemy and sometimes fall short. So therefore he missed 6 rounds, but that's alright. He hits 39, of which 24 penetrated, and that's a tier 8 game. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and hopefully you enjoyed this as well. And just an update. As I said, I can't be playing my own account anymore for a while, and so my videos would come from other replays I found on the World of Tanks replay website. You can feel free to send your best replays in, and then I will hopefully make a commentary and also a video and upload it onto YouTube so everybody can see it. And as always, if you want to support me, you can donate through the donation button in the link in the description, or you can just write some comments if you really enjoyed this video. As always, have fun and yeah, enjoy tanking.